Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker. Set to get things started. Off we go from Arrowhead. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They're led out by the third quarterback taken in the 2025 draft. Out of Louisville, it's Tyler Shuck.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
High throw there, but nice job to go up and get it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, New Orleans.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's Shuck. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. From the 43, here's second and a yard. On the handoff, it's Etienne. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 8. From the gun, it's Shuck. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Going right sideline and complete. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And he will score! Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Saints. And Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Now the try for an extra point. He gets it to go. The Saints will take a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to two. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A pickup of 21 on that connection. First down, KC.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
First down throw, Mahomes. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Back at his own 49.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. 31 yards.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
That is caught outright on the RPO. To the goal line and in. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, KC.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense ready to possess the football for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
On second down, it's Shuck. This one not quite on target. And too much. That one falls incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Now Shuck on third down. That one on target, and Polk's got it. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Saints first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 12. First down, New Orleans.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. On the zone read, it's Shuck. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back. But either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
The Chiefs offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll start in outstanding field position.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is shut. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and through, and the Saints will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Worthy to return. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Chiefs offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Kenneth now to return. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. The Saints out on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter two begins, as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward, and will give him 4 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
A quick throw here on the RPO. It's caught by Johnson. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Throwing is Shuck. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Saints.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On the give, it's Etienne. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Etienne. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
From the gun on 3rd down, Shuck. He'll try and get there on the ground. And with defenders closing in, he says enough is enough and slides to a halt there. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 31 yards.
A gain of 31 yards. And the Saints 1st down.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Quick throw on the RPO, it's Hill. And he's in! Taysom Hill, touchdown Saints.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
An extra point attempt to follow. He knocks it through. The Saints will take a 21-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They go play action with Mahomes. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. Patrick to throw. He'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
One of the tight ends motions right. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 1st down.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A short one caught by Kelsey, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That's taken in, and he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. Up the middle, here's Etienne. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. On the ground, here's Etienne. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
That's a gain. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Shuck. He's got his man. That's Olave. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. It's good for a Saints first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Chuck going to try to run it himself. He'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Etienne now on 1st and 10. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 10. Now here's a keeper on the zone read.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Back deep for Olave. And he will go all the way. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. His kick is good. And the Saints add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Remigio now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
On second down, Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Saints offense and quarterback Tyler Shuck heading back out to the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll try left side with Etienne. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
This one on target to Olave. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense, so give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Slot man in motion left. Chuck. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
And while he's still a rookie and he's going to have his ups and downs, this is the player they thought they were getting when they selected him in this previous year's draft. I mean, he looked almost like a savvy veteran there, baiting that quarterback into that throw. He had great anticipation. He was on time in his drive, and then he plucks that ball out of the air, and he almost looks like a wide receiver.
The Chiefs offense ready for this next possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Rice. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They face 2nd down and 7. Mahomes. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
They're called in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw again. He puts it up, and it's caught. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And this is where the threat of run just opens up everything else in your offense, especially when you have a premier back lined up behind center. And this is one of those cases where the defense is so worried about how do we stop this ground game. You don't have enough guys to account for everyone in the passing game, and results in an easy touchdown.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are able to edge a bit closer. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The veteran, Dante Pettis, on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over once more. Here is Shuck on 1st and 10. That's to the right side. He's got Polk. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Shuck. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 6. The air again is Shuck. Quickly to the outside and complete. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. So 4th down, and Ryan Wright on to punt it away. Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Final play of this first half. Here's Mahomes. Into the hands of Juju. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Remigio now on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 5. He'll send a tight end in motion right. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost him 5.
Still second down.
The RPO. That one is complete. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got a man. It's Smith-Schuster. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football, and oftentimes that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Off the play fake, Mahomes. That's made by Smith-Schuster. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. He runs with it. And he's going to slide down with the first down inside the 5. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Powering forward. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Butker now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Chiefs are back to within 7. It's 28-21. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Shuck. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. George Karlaftis, the former Boilermaker, in there for the sack.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Etienne. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Shuck. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead,
not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. Defenses dream about those, whether it's a pick 6 or a scoop and score. Even this one, Greg, 2 points. When the defense puts points on the board, they feel great about it.
Mike, talk about getting the job done on defense. Not only does it result in 2 points on the scoreboard, but now the offense is going to get the ball back, and likely with great field position.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line. Here's Remigio. And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. Patrick to throw. Left side in the hands of Rice. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. It's Carl Granderson this time to make the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Saints' 43-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Now, Mahomes. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Mahomes going to keep it himself. And he will get into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, KC. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running, and in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more.
The Chiefs will set up for the
They'll run for it with Walker. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion works. And the lead is up to 3.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes Pettis with the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and Travis Etienne is set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This run straight ahead for Etienne. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now a designed run with Chuck.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
3rd down, 3 to go. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
A fair catch called for and made, but hold everything. There is a flag backed by the kicker. It may very well give him new life.
Automatic first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Etienne, and he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Jabari Connor there on the stop.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
The man down the field, it's Olave. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. 1st down, New Orleans.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Really impressive job there by the defense, Mike. I mean, to not only absorb the initial push, but now you got to get the back on the ground. And sometimes to hold up against these big old offensive linemen and stick an arm out to get the ball carrier down, it's easier said than done, and really nice job here by the defensive front.
Throwing on 2nd down, Shuck. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Good blocking, and he's in. Travis Etienne, touchdown Saints. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. The kick is good. The Saints have taken a 4-point advantage.
Chiefs 31.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Remigio now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker, and he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
1st down throw, Mahomes. He takes off. And Mahomes, as smart as they come, hits the deck, but he's got the 1st down. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. And Monday Night Primetime continues after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now give to Walker, running right. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick. Working the right side. Taken in by Rice.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Walker. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Chiefs. his second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And the Chiefs go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. This will be a Saints first down as he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On play action, it's shot. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Chuck to throw on second down. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Now Shuck on third down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 18 yards on the connection. It's good for a Saints first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 7. Chuck. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Throwing is Shuck. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Saints lining up in punt formation. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. That's caught. It's Jared Wiley, the tight end. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Mahomes now to throw again. That's to Kelsey on the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 6. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll step up and run. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's first and goal.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Walker trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Mahomes back. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Now they operate from back at the 9, and it's third down and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. That his second touchdown tonight.
And it really just comes down to the protection. You're sitting there third and goal. You have to give your quarterback the opportunity, Mike, to work through all of his progressions, and you need time to do it. Then it just comes down to making the right read. Touchdown.
And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Saints, 35.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Saints offense ready to get back at it. This is first and 10. From the gun, it's Shuck. Taken in right side by the tight end Johnson. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That one good for 29.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Shuck looking to throw on first down. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down. They'll drop to throw. Pass is caught by Olave. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's second down. To the air again is Shuck. That's made right side. It's Johnson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. More. Shuck. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the Saints first down. I do believe he's going to get it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down. Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away. Picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Second down, they need 7. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. That's complete to Etienne. New Orleans' 3rd and final timeout. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. The crowd at Arrowhead roaring. Here's 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On 3rd and 2, it is Shuck. He'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
These are the situations where, as an offense, you're trying to dial up your best play call to make sure this possession doesn't get wasted. But let's give credit to the defense. Big moment, big 4th down opportunity, and they're able to get off the field.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. He's going to give ground and lose yardage here. Back to the 6. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.